Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, our dear listeners and our dear audience for the Lead Talk podcast and the Lead Talk TV. We are proud to present to you our 16th episode. And this is going to be special because I know this episode is going to be super valuable to everybody who wants to be successful in life. And let me welcome my founder and a host, Dr. Gerald Amandu, who's an expert on today's subject. So, welcome, Dr. Gerald. Welcome here. And we are glad to listen to your wisdom you always offer to us.
Thank you.
But before we go ahead, thank you. Yes, welcome. So, before we go any further, I want to take a moment to express our gratitude for all of you for being here with us. As we discussed in the previous episode, everything you decide about your time, attention, and focus is your decision. And your decision to be with us makes us very proud. And thank you for being with us, giving your suggestions, reaching out to us. I would also encourage you to share your special story. How did you make it in your life? How did you make it in your business, in your leadership, in your career? Because we would be very happy to bring your success story in front of our audience so that you can inspire them as well. And while we keep moving forward, I would want to draw your attention to our wonderful interviews we had, like Emma Matthews for Burnout Expert and Simona Boldrini for having that special insight on the sell process and how to do high ticket closing. So please go and watch those episodes. Also, this wonderful guest prepared special gifts for you. So avail all those gifts. They are for your success. And I'm so glad to start today's episode. And any word you want to add, Dr. Gerald?
Oh, beautiful. I like the fact that we've really given it up all to our audience. And so again, just like my co-founder, Coach Silpa has mentioned, we really deeply appreciate you. Our show wouldn't really go on for up to the 16th session without your support, without you listening, without you downloading and subscribing to both the audio and the video format. So dive in, get the resources, the free resources from Coach Silpa, myself, Coach Simona, Coach Emma, and all the guests who would be coming in the coming weeks. So
Yes.
over to you. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And welcome back to today's episode. And today's episode is on why you need a mindset transformation to succeed in your career and your business. So, in this episode, we will be discussing what mindset is and why it matters for your success in life, in your career, and even in your business. Becoming a great success itself is not very easy to achieve. However, the odds of making it very big are further diminished if you do not have the right kind of mindset that will actually attract the success. But what if I tell you there were some ways that could make the process a little bit easier for you to even change your mindset? This today's episode addresses this very concern because we care for you and we want you to have best things coming to you with little more ease and more speed. So let's explore with you a systematic way of transforming your mindset so that you will find it both interesting and easy so that you can start adopting the mindset that will serve you and your life mission. Having said that, I want to start with the first question. What we always want to know is that, Dr. Gerald, why did you choose to talk about the mindset transformation in today's episode? And what message, especially, you would like to give to our listeners and our audience viewers?
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Great question, Coach Shilpa. Now, before I answer today's question, this first question, I would like to start with our favorite quote of the week. Audience, as you listen to us, we always have a special quote. And
Yes.
today, this quote speaks to this very question that Coach Shilpa you've asked. The quote is, once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. And this
Oh,
is a
wow.
quote from Stephen Maraboli.
Wow, beautiful. Can you repeat it one more time? Because quote has special power. So let's hear it again.
Yes, Stephen Maraboli, the author of the book Life, the Truth, and Being Free, mentions that once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. And
Wow.
what this means, Coach Shilpa, is that as a working professional or manager or leader or a business owner, your mindset determines how much success you can achieve. So it's very critical that we address this issue of mindset. So every person who is seeking success in their career should
Mm-hmm.
consider this. So a key reason why I wanted us to talk about mindset is the fact that our minds are like magnets. They
Mm.
attract the living form of what we put in our mind. So just imagine a magnet, and you put iron around it, it will attract. So whatever thought you put in your mind most of the time, it will attract the equivalent of it. So this means that if you hold the thought of a particular kind of success in
Mm-hmm.
your mind, and you see yourself being part of that success, God or the universe, as those of you who are not religious would put it, will definitely manifest the equivalent of the thought that is in your mind. This could be anything. This could be a spouse, a job, a car, anything. So, whatever the thought is, that is going to be manifested depending on what you put in your mind. So, as you listen to us today, would like to encourage you to realize that for you to achieve massive success, you got to transform the thoughts from inside. So basically, you have to go and start doing the work from inside
Mm-hmm.
so that once the work inside is done, the work outside gets done. So basically, you do work inside, but the manifestation would be seen outside.
Yeah.
So this is
Yes.
very important. So Coach Shilpa, as I mentioned, this in short, really the reason I would like us to talk about mindset is the fact that as you and I know fully well, what you set your mind on determines whether you fail in life or you succeed moderately or you succeed massively, whether this is your family, whether this is career or this is business.
Yes. Wow, wonderful. This is really a great explanation. And I especially love that our outer world, what we create in our outer manifestation, is all reflection of what's going inside. So it makes a lot of sense to focus on our inner mechanism to attract success, which is the mindset. And thank you so much for choosing this topic and explaining in detail why exactly you even chose this to start with, right? So I would now like to go a little deeper on the idea. So what would you say, Coach Gerard, what mindset really is?
Wow. Thanks, Coach Shilpa. In short, mindset is really a series of perceptions, beliefs that a person holds about themselves, or the things that surround them, or the situations that affect them. So I would like you to look at the mindset as really the entire perception of the
Mm-hmm.
reality a person has about people, about themselves, about events, so everything. So a
Mm-hmm.
mindset of a person determines his or her behavior, their outlook in life, their mental attitude towards everything, basically. So depending on the mindset of a person, they will believe in different things. For instance, depending on your
Mm-hmm.
mindset, you could believe that I am intelligent or I am not intelligent. I am a failure or I am a success story.
Yes.
So life is against me or life is for me. So usually it's like a binary situation. So with the mindset, it's like binary. It's either this way or this way. You can't
Mm.
have, it's like night or day. You cannot have day, night, right? So you
Right.
either have day or you have night. And this is
Yes.
what makes the difference
Yes.
between the people who succeed in life and the things they do and the people who do not succeed as much. So in essence, two type of mindset exists. We have the
Okay.
positive mindset, or most times we call it the growth mindset. On
Mm-hmm.
one side, that's like the day, I want to put that. And then the night, is what we call the negative mindset or the scarcity mindset.
Okay.
Now, with the growth mindset, Coach Silpa,
Mm-hmm.
the tendency is to believe that the universe is on your side, that if I do my part, then nature will do its part, right? Just like a farmer. Farmers
Yes.
actually have growth mindset. A farmer will trust their instinct. They will trust that the soil will germinate the corn or the
Yes.
beans or the dal or whatever food they're going to put in. So they go with this faith. So they believe that I will do my part, nature will do the rest. So they believe that success will come their way, and as long as they do their stuff. So
Wow, I actually loved that concept. Like you're saying, farmers have growth mindset because they have such a huge trust in the natural process of growth and attracting success when
yes.
they do their part best. So yeah, that's wonderful analogy.
Oh, beautiful. I like that. So with this kind of mindset called Silpa, you know that you're the master of your destiny,
Hmm.
right? You know that you're the master of your destiny. So you know that as you improve yourself through things like coaching, through reading positive books and helpful books, through mentoring, then your life will change. So a person with a growth mindset will know that they're able to achieve success if they, just like the example, I mean, the elaboration you've done with the farmers,
Yes.
that I plant my seeds, rain will come at the right time, and I will get my harvest at the right time. So this is the growth mindset. So on the other side, the night
Hmm.
version, as I mentioned, is the scarcity mindset or the negative mindset. So with this, the person believes that people, things, or situations work against them. In a way, they
Hmm.
see themselves as victims, Coach Shilpa. So
Yes.
if they see themselves as victims, so they imagine that circumstances and things control them. So
Hmm.
basically, they are like scarecrows, like, those things that children keep pulling up and down. So that
Yes.
they have no control over themselves. Rather, external factors control them. So the problem with this mindset is that such people easily give up and they settle for small wins. And really, sad to say, majority of the people operate this way.
Hmm.
And what this means, God Silva, is most people end their life when the majority of their potential has remained untapped. And this explains why majority of the people across the world in all communities, the people who are considered successful are just a handful. Majority
Hmm.
of the people are struggling. And so this dichotomy of positive mindset and negative mindset is what determines whether somebody is going to succeed or they're not going to succeed.
Oh, that's really a scary picture sometimes when you understand that most of the people are struggling. And I also correlate with this because I was also one of them sometime back till I had my mentor, till I had my coaches, till I started working on my mindset. But when you say most people operate from negative or scarcity or victim mindset, it is very, very scary picture. So is there anything someone can do about it?
That's a good observation, Coach Silpa. See, while this sounds scary, the truth is that the mindset is like a muscle. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a ball game, it's not over. It
Mm.
can be, the good news is it can be exercised. The mind is very powerful. It can be trained. Just like an athlete will train and eventually develop strong muscles and
Strong
win
muscle.
again, the
Hmm.
same, we have been given that ability to actually grow and transform ourselves. So, with mindset, the good news is you can transform your mindset from scarcity mindset or from negative mindset to positive mindset through coaching and mentorship. And this is what gives us hope. And it is why coaches like yourself and myself and others out there are important in helping people to identify the status of their mind. In a
Yes.
way, Coach Silva. So the interesting thing is that the coach is needed in this area because a human mind or a human person. You are like tea in the cup. You see,
Mm-hmm.
this cup I'm holding, the tea inside does not know the design out. I have some design written, the name
Wow.
of my college. The tea inside
Wow.
doesn't know that there is a design outside. So this is where people like yourself and like myself, like Emma, like Simona, and many of our partners. This is where they come in to help people see the mindset because many times we are not aware of who we are and how we act. Unless somebody says, "Oh, Gerard, just stop a minute. Do you notice you do A, B, C, D?" So
Yes.
this diagnosis starts to say, of your mindset is what will help you. So somebody external needs to help you to see where you are going wrong. And then the process of transformation starts when you have the awareness. So you cannot have awareness if somebody like a coach doesn't tell you most times.
Wow. Thank you for bringing that point out because, as you rightfully said, the tea inside doesn't know what kind of a design the cup holds, right? And it's not able to, they're not able to even see that. So, most of the people try to spend their life inside that cup without even noticing what could be their potential and what are they struggling with and why exactly they're struggling with where they are. So, talking about the mindset transformation journey, is there any process? Because everybody talks about mindset, everybody sometimes gets aware at certain stage of life,
Mm.
okay, maybe there is a need for mindset change, but is there a process that one can follow to make this journey easier for our audience?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yes, indeed. We have come up with a very simple method. Of course, there are many ways, but as you know, one of the things we like to do on our show is make things easy, right? Make things
Yes,
easy
yes,
because life
simplify.
already, yeah, we simplify things. Life is already hard enough. So why should we make
Make
things
it
any
harder.
harder? Exactly. So
Right.
this methodology is what I call the clean mindset transformation methodology, just like clean, okay? Like how to clean something. So it's a way of cleaning your mind and moving from point A to point B, where point A is where the mind is as it is, to point B, where you're going to make it clean so it serves you. Now, this methodology has 5 distinct parts, and when you follow them carefully, you
Mm-hmm.
will be able to transform your mindset from
Okay.
scarcity to growth mindset. And this way, you will be able to put yourself in the middle of possibilities of success in life, family, career, business, or any other enterprise you're involved in.
Wow. Wow. So I would definitely love to know about this clean strategy because I'm also hearing this for the first time because I know you specially prepared this for us. So tell us about this methodology, everything what you can, so that we can start, our audience, our viewers can start using them right away.
Beautiful. So, the first element of this clean methodology is C, right? And
Hmm.
C stands for commit. So
Oh,
when we talk about commit, this is you
yes.
commit to the change of your mindset by stepping outside your comfort zone. You
Yes.
see, whatever change happens in life is always outside our comfort zone.
Right.
If you stay where you are, you will not move an inch. It's only when you move outside, you commit, you make a decision that
Hmm.
today I commit to becoming a better person. That is
Yes.
when the transformation begins. So this means that you must start taking bold baby steps. I call it baby because it's very scary. You may not take 100 kilometers, just 1 meter
Yes.
in a new
Yes.
direction is important. So this baby step helps you to change your perspective from scarcity mindset, where you see yourself as a victim, to start seeing yourself as a possible victor along the
Mm.
way of growth. Okay. So
Yeah.
here, this is just like your opening to possibilities. So this first step is key because it determines your success or failure. And it involves taking that decision where you're going to cut from the
Mm.
past.
Yeah.
So it
Wow.
is
That's
it's like as you discussed in our previous episode, you decide, it's like you cut from the
Yes.
past. Just like for a baby, when a baby is born, a baby is connected to the mother through the umbilical cord, right? So when you commit to your personal transformation journey, imagine yourself, you're like a baby who has to be separated from the mother. You become two. So your past becomes your past, and your future becomes represented by the baby, right? Who is a
Yes,
newborn
yes,
in life. So this is
yes.
the first stage called Shilpa.
Wow, wow. And this is one of the key steps also, because unless you commit, without commitment, there are no results, no action, and there is no surety that you will stay on the journey, because it's a journey, right? It's
Exactly.
transformation, mindset transformation is a journey. So
Exactly.
commitment is a strong word. It also has a power because that also has a strong intent. So that's beautiful. So that's amazing. Now, what is the second element?
A great question and great comment, Coach Shilpa. So the second element of this methodology is L. Okay. So L
Mm-hmm.
stands for lead. And
Okay.
the element of leading here is you go to lead yourself into the future
Okay.
using universal success principles. Because one of the things that in life will stand is principles. Because
Yeah.
if you do not have principles, if you do not live by principles, you are going to get lost along the way. So leading
Yes.
yourself well means taking accountability for your
Mm-hmm.
work and your life. In essence, this means that you start to see yourself as a driver of your
Hmm.
life. You are no longer a
Mm-hmm.
passenger in the back of the bus of your life. You are the very driver who navigates the road. So you become accountable to yourself as you would be accountable to your boss in office. But this
Yes.
time you are talking to yourself and say, okay, Gerard, this is how you've been operating, but this is how you should be operating right now. So
Mm-hmm.
this accountability is a willingness for you to own the results of your choices. Because as it is, what we are today, Coach Shilpa, the fact that we
Mm-hmm.
are here is a result of our choice. We could be playing, we could be watching movie, we could be doing many things, and you audience, as you're listening, you could be
Yes.
doing something else, but you chose to be here. So the result of our choices determines many times our outcomes, our actions,
Yes.
inactions, our thoughts, communication, and all this, including attitude. So owning all this is self-leadership. So a person who is accountable does not waste time blaming the weather, environment, people, and circumstance. And they do not make excuses. So this second step called Silpa is really stepping up the leadership game and owning every action and every thought process.
Wow. I think this is a real game changer, because when you stop the blame game, when you stop the excuse game, and when you take the complete ownership, that itself is a self leadership. And that kind of ensures that we stay on the path, because now we are not looking at anybody to make us successful, but we are taking our own responsibility to achieve what we set our mind to. So I think the second step is the key of the complete process. So absolutely loved the second step of self leadership and ownership. So now what is next? What is the third one?
Thank you, my co-founder Shilpa. The third step is very interesting. Many people don't think about it. It is
Mm-hmm.
E, and it represents environmental upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you may wonder, why do you mean environmental upgrade?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, the interesting thing, because human beings are social animals,
Mm-hmm.
we actually do reflect the people, the environment in which we operate.
Yes.
And one of my mentor, and I think that's a shared mentor also you have as well,
Yes.
Dan Locke mentioned that you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, which means if you hang out with people with negative mindset, there
Hmm.
is no way you are going to have a positive mindset, because the
Yes.
law of averages will bring
Mm-hmm.
you down. So
Yes.
the law of average means that You are the average of the environment, circumstance in which you operate. So the environment is very, very powerful. So for step one and step two to succeed in the long run, you need to upgrade the role models you have. And this is where coaching comes in, mentors come in. You need to have a peer group that supports your new journey. You need to have the books, the TV, and all the things you watch. The
Yes.
information you put in your mind should be that support your transformation. That's very, very key. So
Wow.
this means that if you're in the company of people who have scarcity mindset, you'll continue in that area of darkness, what I want to call darkness, the scarcity mindset, where you consider yourself as a victim, that I can't do anything, right? However, if you are in the company of the people who will give you positive mindset, then you put yourself in the best chance to find best solutions, because then you are the driver of your destiny, not anyone else.
Wow, that's so huge and that's so important. And we sometimes think that I'm doing my best, I'm working harder, I'm taking all out effort. Maybe why am I not getting successful? As you said, whom are we hanging out with? What is our environment? Because that is having a huge impact, and that may negate some of the things we are already doing and make it an average one. So having that awareness is huge important factor in getting a success and even changing a mindset. So mindset would start changing faster if we surround ourselves with the right kind of community, people, coach, mentor, your influencer, right? So
Yes.
that is very important. So that's really a wow moment for me. So
I like that.
environmental degree in career and business, if definitely is the most important aspect. But then what happens next? Once you have environment, what's next?
Great. So once you have the environment set, then you go to the phase of assessing, because you remember, from making the commitment and starting to move and then upgrading your environment, you are taking actions already, right?
Yes.
So time comes when you have to stop and say,
Yes.
okay, where am I? How far have I come? So what are my new experiences? So this stage, this fourth stage, is the stage of reflection.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
reflect deeply in the mindset journey, and
Yes.
this will help you to gain clarity on your journey. So you
Okay.
compare your situation of now with the one in the past. So you focus on your thoughts. Has my thoughts changed? How do I behave? And what about my friends? And
Yeah.
this stage, you ask yourself between the old perspective, the old behavior patterns, and the new perspectives. So then you see, okay, which one is the one going to take me to the journey of success? Am I closer to my success, or I'm closer to my past? And one important mention I would like to have here is the consideration of a coach. So a coach, it would serve like as a reference point, like a referee in a game, right? So a referee kind of gives direction and says, okay, it's like there's adjudication. And
Yeah.
working with a trusted coach or mentor will help you to navigate this process of evaluation.
Yes.
And this can be very tricky, because what happens here is it can be quite a lonely journey. And unfortunately, people who don't commit to getting the services of a coach many times could actually be drawn back, because the temptation of what is familiar is very, very strong. That's why many people start the journey of growth, and then suddenly you see they disappear. What
Yes.
happens? It means they have gone back. The magnet that draws them to the familiar territory is so strong. And this is why a coach will help you to stay plugged in and remove you from that element of, of, of,
Yes.
of temptation. Yes, Coach Silva.
Yes, that's so wonderful. And I love how you explain the role of a coach or a mentor in anybody's life. And it is not only to start the journey, but keep you on the road so that you take minimum detour, and then so that you get pushed away from your goals and what you have started building. Suddenly you don't disappear, suddenly you don't fall back into the old comfort.
Yes.
So I love that role of a coach or a mentor in our life. And I simply love how you advocate that, because I know it's absolutely a must. So then what happens as a final stage of this methodology, clean methodology?
Wonderful. Of course, Silpa, the final stage of this methodology is a new narrative. It's represented by
Hmm.
N. So
Okay.
N is at this stage you begin to tell yourself a new story.
Right.
So this is a new story of whom you have become with a new
Hmm.
mindset. So in this step, you have to tell yourself where you are.
Hmm.
And one of the important stages, one important aspect of this journey is
Hmm.
getting a new identity. So kind of like getting a new name, right? So it's like those of you who are married, usually when you get married, you if you're a lady, most you become from Miss, you become Mrs., right? That is a
Yes.
change of identity. You are no longer single. That means even in society, your status changes, right?
Hmm.
So like if you are an undergraduate, once you graduate and then you get the master's degree, you become a specialist, right? So
Yes.
your status, you move from point A to point B, and you cannot undo that. This is where
Right.
a new narrative comes in, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you get a new identity, you begin to see yourself as the person you've always wanted to be. You It's a name change, status change, identity change. So this stage is very critical because you
Mm-hmm.
assume this new status, and it's like if you want to become a successful runner,
Mm-hmm.
you have to see yourself as a world champion athlete,
Yes.
because then a world champion athlete does nothing but runs to win, goes for Olympics, right? So that is the change of attitude, and not it's beyond attitude, it's beyond mindset. It is actually identity. It's very important because with this you are transforming from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Imagine,
Wow.
hold that thought in your mind for a moment, from a caterpillar to a butterfly. You see, two
Wow.
different things. So this
Yes.
fifth point really gives you a new identity, and people will forget your yesterday. Because when you see a butterfly, you never think about the caterpillar.
Yes. So true.
So yesterday is gone, today gives a new possibility. And this is where the journey of butterfly starts.
Wow. That's so beautiful thought. I would just like to imbibe that thought because after we have gone through the clean process, this last part of new narrative, the new story you're telling the world is very, very important because that's when you start owning up your new role, your new identity, your
Yes.
new traits, right? That's where the transformation gets sustainable and permanent. Otherwise, there are chances you keep going back again and fall into the comfort zone. So, this last step, I think, seals that mindset transformation because that's where it is very important to change your patterns. Understand, you first have to acknowledge that you have changed, you have a new
Mhm.
version of yourself, because then the world will start perceive you as your new version, because unless and until you change that for yourself, others would not see it. So that's so beautiful. Thank you, Coach Gerard, for this wonderful process. And just I would like to summarize this process for our audience and viewers.
Yes.
So, to ensure the smooth mindset transformation journey, Coach Gerald has given us a process because sometimes we don't know, okay, what is to do next? What exactly is a mindset shift and how does it stays permanent? So, the clean
Mhm.
process is a strategy for your mindset transformation. And mindset transformation is the stepping stone for your success transformation. And we always believe in next level success. So for
Exactly.
your next level success, you always also have to have a next level mindset, which is a growth mindset. And we have to eliminate and cut off the scarcity or a victim mindset. That's what Coach Gerard has advised us today. So let me summarize the clean strategy. C, commit to the change. L, lead yourself to the desired direction. Take complete ownership, accountability. E is for upgrading your environment to enhance your success. So now your environment also supports your success journey.
Yes.
A is assess your progress by seeing the past and the present so you know you're on the right track. And last but not the least, most important, it's telling a new story, a new narrative, a new name identity, and break from your past because now your new journey begins with this change. So I hope I've summarized it correctly. Dr. Gerald, do you want to add any few last words for our audience?
I believe you've done a good job. Much
Thank you.
better than me. I believe,
Thank you,
yes.
thank you, thank you so much. Thank you. So, with that, I would want to thank Dr. Gerard on his research and simplifying the complex process for us because I understand it takes a huge effort to put things in a sequence and to make it very simple so that people can actually use and follow it. So, dear audience and dear viewers, please go through this episode one more time so that you can solidify the knowledge. Take your notes, take digital notes, start using it. Also, share this episode with your loved ones, your peers, your colleagues, anybody in your family who you think need to hear this at this moment. So please download the special bonuses we have made for you. All the links will be available at the end of the episode, all special episodes. Also, you can go back and get the bonuses as well. Please make sure you read it once you download it, okay? And try to improve your success story. Please subscribe, download, and share the episode with everybody you think might get benefit from this. Not only this one, even the previous ones. If you're new here, please go back as we have discussed very wonderful concepts which can help you in your next level journey. Also, join our private leadership and career transition communities so that we keep adding value there as well and you don't miss out on that. Reach out to us for any of your coaching, consulting, mentoring, or guest speaking needs because we understand you also need a value input in whatever mission you are taking through. Don't hesitate to send us a mail at leadtalkpodcast.gmail.com. We are here, we are ready to assist you with your leadership, career, and business goals. Dr. Gerard, would you like to summarize and any last words for our audience?
Yeah, thank you very much for those very elaborate ending remarks. Really, once again, as my co-founder and coach Shilpa has mentioned, we got a lot of bonuses for you, bonuses from Coach Shilpa, from me, from the other guests we brought here. Just go through the downloads and down below the downloads, all the episodes, we have content there. And we invite you, one of the key elements we talked about is upgrading your environment in the clean process. And we've got a beautiful community. So if right now your need is of career revival, career transition, I would definitely advise you join the private community of Coach Shilpa, where I'm also a member. And if your need is leadership, I invite you to join the Leadership Mastery community. So where Coach Shilpa is a member too.
Yes.
and really let's grow. Let's
grow
go into
together.
those together. We grow into this journey because, as you know, the new normal is of rapid transformation and nobody can grow alone. And so we need each other in this journey of growth. And so I would like you to again share this episode and other episodes, both on the podcast platforms that you're listening to or from YouTube, so you can share this with all those people who are in the growth journey, whether they're working professionals, business owners, career professionals, or business owners, whatever they are, even students. Share this with them so the journey of growth continues. So we will see you next time.
Yes. Till then, take best care of your own self and keep winning.
Absolutely. Bye for now. Thank you.